What are you missing? Have you ever wondered how some people seem to have the power to shape their realities while others, no matter how hard they try, seem to always struggle against a sea of difficulties? If you're seeking answers to this question, then you've probably heard of Neville Goddard, one of the greatest spiritual teachers of the 20th century. For him, the secret lies not in external forces or luck, but within ourselves. The true magic of transformation lies in the power of our mind. Neville Goddard was a visionary who firmly believed that our reality is created from our thoughts and emotions. But, contrary to what many think, his teachings go beyond the simple idea of positive thinking. Neville taught us that we are capable of manifesting anything in our lives, from the fulfillment of the simplest dreams to the most extraordinary achievements, if we learn to use the hidden power of our mind strategically. And this is precisely where the secret lies. Many of the most powerful techniques Neville taught are still ignored today. You may be searching for the key to transforming your life and, without realizing it, already possess everything you need to start changing your reality right now. However, you may not have access to these techniques because many of them are little discussed, not sufficiently explored, or even misinterpreted by those who teach them. What happens is that most people, when they encounter Neville's teachings, end up focusing only on the most superficial aspects of his methods. They focus on concepts like the law of attraction, but forget the true techniques that can generate profound and rapid transformations. And if you, like many others, are only touching the surface of the power of the mind without exploring these deeper secrets, then you are missing an incredible opportunity to radically change your life. Are you ready to discover what you're missing? In this video, we'll reveal Neville Goddard's 5 secret techniques that many people overlook, but which have the power to change your reality quickly and effectively. We'll uncover what really works so you can apply these practices and start seeing concrete results in your life today. Stay until the end because by the end of this video, you'll see that these techniques are not only powerful, but also simple to apply. And best of all, they work. Just remember, the power has always been in your hands. Now, you'll understand how to use it. Technique 1. The power of I am. Neville Goddard's first powerful technique, which many overlook, is the use of the affirmation, I am. It may seem simple at first glance, but it is precisely this simplicity that hides the hidden power behind this technique. The concept of I am goes far beyond a simple statement. For Neville, I am is not just a set of words, but a tool for creation. The true magic of manifestation begins here. When you say, I am prosperous, I am healthy, or even I am loved, you are not just saying empty words. You are affirming and declaring who you are, who you choose to be, and what you wish to create in your life. These words have immense power because they are directly connected to your inner identity. For Neville, external reality can only change when you change your inner perception of who you are. The biggest mistake people make when using I am is treating it as a mechanical or superficial statement. They repeat the words without truly feeling the truth behind them. And that's where the magic is lost. Neville always said that when using I am, the most important thing is that you feel the reality of what you're saying. Simply repeating it isn't enough. You have to believe what you're affirming with your whole being, as if it were already an absolute truth. Let's say you want to manifest prosperity. If you limit yourself to simply saying, I am prosperous, superficially, you won't be activating the full power of this affirmation. What Neville taught is that for this affirmation to work, you need to feel the emotion of being prosperous, of already having abundance in your life. Imagine yourself already living this prosperity, experiencing feelings of gratitude, fulfillment, and financial security. The more you feel these emotions while affirming, "I am prosperous," the more you are programming your subconscious mind to create this reality. Furthermore, when you say, "I am," you are not only affirming what you desire, but also declaring your authority over your own reality. You are the creator of what will be. The "I am" is the key to this creation. Therefore, it is essential to make these declarations with unshakable faith and the certainty that it is already done. The secret lies in the intensity of your faith and the power of your feeling. If you commit to using "I am" genuinely and emotionally, you will notice that, over time, your beliefs about what you can and cannot create will change. The power of "I am" lies not only in the words, but in how much you believe them. It is the deep belief and the felt emotion that make manifestation happen in a tangible and visible way. Now, imagine if you started using "I am" every day with intensity and conviction. What would your life be like in a few months? What could you create? Transform? If you are tired of trying to manifest and not seeing results, this technique is a true game changer. Start consciously applying the power of "I am" and watch the change happen before your eyes. What are you waiting for? Technique 2. Creative visualization with intensity. The second technique Neville Goddard taught, and which many people neglect, is creative visualization, but not in the usual way you're used to hearing. When we talk about visualization, we usually think of closing our eyes and imagining a scene of our desires being realized. But Neville teaches us that true visualization goes beyond a simple mental image. It is charged with emotional intensity and a deep belief that what we are visualizing is already a reality. In his teachings, Neville asserted that visualization is not just a tool for seeing what you desire, but a method of feeling and living the experience as if it were already real. He believed that the subconscious mind cannot distinguish between reality and imagination, and therefore, when you visualize with the correct emotion, you are literally reprogramming your mind to create the conditions that reflect what you imagine. The key here is emotional intensity. Most people try to visualize their desires without actually feeling the emotion of fulfillment. If you want, for example, to achieve financial success, it's not enough to simply imagine your goal being achieved. You need to place yourself emotionally in that scene. How would you feel if you had achieved that success? What emotions would it evoke in you? Feel the joy, relief, and satisfaction as if it were already happening. Neville also emphasized that visualization must be done with conviction. It's not enough to simply visualize vaguely or without purpose. For the technique to work, you must be absolutely convinced that what you're visualizing is inevitable. When you do this, your subconscious mind begins to work in your favor, shaping the environment and circumstances around you so that your vision becomes a tangible reality. One of the biggest differences between ordinary visualization and the creative visualization taught by Neville is the depth of feeling involved. Visualization isn't something you do for just a few minutes, but something you experience during the experience. This means that while you visualize, you must be immersed in the emotions and sensations of what it would be like to be living that reality now. Imagine yourself in a state of great fulfillment, joy, comfort, confidence. The more intense the feeling during visualization, the faster the universe will begin to respond. Neville said that feelings are the key to manifestation because they send clear signals to the subconscious that it is already yours. And once your mind believes this, the universe begins to make the necessary adjustments to materialize your vision. This is the secret behind intense creative visualization. It's not a passive mental exercise, but an act of active creation where you pour all your emotional energy and faith into the experience, making it become something real in your life. If you begin applying this technique with dedication, you will soon see results unfold in surprising ways. So, the next time you visualize, remember, don't just visualize with your eyes, visualize with your heart, with your soul. Tell yourself that, because it has already manifested in your mind, it is becoming increasingly real in your life. Do this with the intensity and emotion that Neville taught, and reality will soon respond. Technique 3. The Law of Succession. Now, let's explore one of the most powerful and often overlooked techniques in Neville Goddard's teachings, the Law of Succession. This is a technique that often goes unnoticed, but is absolutely essential for anyone who wishes to manifest significant and lasting changes in their lives. The Law of Succession teaches us that the manifestation of our desires does not happen instantly, but rather gradually and progressively. According to Neville, many people fail to manifest their desires because they expect everything to happen immediately. However, the reality is that, for manifestation to materialize, it is necessary to respect the developmental time and understand that changes occur as we adjust to our new internal perception. The Law of Succession, therefore, teaches the importance of patience and consistency throughout the process. The concept is simple. What you want to manifest begins with a thought or an internal belief, but this belief is not immediately reflected in the external world. Instead, manifestation unfolds gradually as a succession of small steps and changes that will ultimately result in the manifestation of your desire. This idea of succession reflects the fact that the universe works to bring about its creation in an orderly and continuous manner. The most common mistake made by those trying to manifest something is a lack of patience. Many people begin stating their intentions or visualizing their desires and, after a short period, give up because they don't see immediate results. The Law of Succession teaches that persistence is key. When you consistently dedicate yourself to an idea or goal, the universe begins to invisibly rearrange the circumstances around you, paving the way for your desire to manifest. Neville emphasized that it's not necessary to know how manifestation will happen. Our task is simply to focus on the inner truth that we are already worthy of what we desire. When we maintain a constant attitude of faith and trust in the process, our reality begins to shape itself according to our thoughts and feelings. Another fundamental point is that the Law of Succession isn't limited to the manifestation of grand desires. It also applies to small adjustments in our daily lives. Sometimes, a significant change begins with the transformation of a simple thought and the continuation of that thought over time. For example, if you want to improve an aspect of your life, such as your health, the change begins with a simple desire for well-being. Persistence and the belief that you are already healthy create, over time, the conditions for this to manifest in your life naturally. Therefore, the Law of Succession is, in essence, an invitation to trust the process and be patient with the time it takes for your intentions to materialize. The important thing is that, while the manifestation doesn't arrive visibly, you continue to believe in the internal change that is happening, as the external manifestation is merely a consequence of this internal transformation. If you begin to apply this technique in your life, you will notice that the results will come in increasingly clear and tangible ways. And by understanding how long each change takes to materialize, you'll learn to embrace the process and wait with confidence. What you desire is in the process of manifesting, and everything is happening according to the Law of Succession. Now we come to the fourth revealing technique 4, the feeling of reality. Now we come to the fourth revealing technique that Neville Goddard shared, but which rarely receives the attention it deserves: the feeling of reality. For Neville, this is the foundation of all manifestation. While visualization, affirmation, and even patience play their roles, it is the feeling that brings to life what you wish to manifest. Without the feeling that it is already real, the entire process becomes ineffective. Imagine you are trying to manifest a new job, or perhaps a new house. You can visualize, you can repeat affirmations, but if you can't feel that you are already living this reality, the manifestation will never fully materialize. The feeling of reality is the energy you put into your desire. What Neville taught us is that external reality only changes when you deeply internalize the desire as something that is already part of who you are. The secret lies in the emotional intensity with which you live this mental experience. Feeling is what activates the manifestation process. For example, if you want to achieve a loving relationship, you need to feel as if you were already in that relationship. How would you feel if you were in a deep, loving partnership where there is respect and joy? It is this feeling of reality that will move your subconscious mind and create the pathways for your reality to adjust. For Neville, feeling isn't just something you add to your visualization or affirmation. It is the foundation of the process. Without it, your subconscious mind isn't convinced that you deserve and are capable of creating what you desire. Feeling creates a vibration that resonates in the universe, and it is this vibration that attracts the circumstances necessary to achieve what you desire. What Neville consistently taught is that the feeling of having already achieved the goal is fundamental for manifestation to happen quickly. When you emotionally position yourself to already be, already have, or already experience what you desire, you are, in effect, imposing on your mind that it is already part of your reality. The subconscious doesn't question this. He simply accepts it and begins to move the world around him to match this new internal reality. It's important to understand that reality is never created from the outside in, but from the inside out. The external world reflects what you feel internally. Therefore, to manifest what you desire, you must first experience that reality in your heart before it reveals itself in the material world. Neville teaches us that the feeling of reality must be experienced with such intensity that your subconscious mind begins to act as if manifestation were already a certainty. The true magic of manifestation happens when you can, with conviction, feel that your desire is already fulfilled. And when this happens, the very vibration of your being attracts the materialization of that reality to you. So, if you truly want to manifest something in your life, ask yourself, how would I feel if this were already real? When you answer this question with emotional intensity, you are already on the right path to manifestation. The feeling of having already achieved what you want will be the key that will open the doors of the universe to the creation of your new reality. 06 Technique 5. Neville Goddard's Revision. Technique 5. Neville Goddard's Revision. Now we come to the last technique Neville Goddard taught, and one of the most powerful for rapidly transforming the reality around us, the revision technique. This is a fascinating and extremely effective practice, but unfortunately, it is often overlooked by those seeking to understand Neville's methods. When applied correctly, revision has the power to reverse negative experiences and create a new future. Revision is simple in concept but extremely profound in its application. The central idea is that every night before bed, you can review the events of your day, or even past events, and mentally change them. Imagine something happened in your day that you would like to change, an argument, a failure, or even a regret. Instead of dwelling on those moments, you use revision to alter the way the events unfolded, creating a new version of reality. By doing this, you reprogram your subconscious mind. What Neville always said is that the subconscious mind can't distinguish between what's real and what's firmly imagined. Therefore, by reviewing an experience and mentally rewriting an event, you're creating a new truth for your mind, and this new truth begins to manifest in your future. For example, let's say you had a difficult day at work and felt mistreated by a boss. Instead of continually reliving that negative experience, you can, as you go to bed, visualize that same moment, but now with a new perspective. Perhaps the boss praised your work or offered you an opportunity for growth. The more vivid and realistic you are in reviewing that event, the more your subconscious mind will begin to internalize the new version of the experience. What Neville taught is that by revisiting these events, you are literally erasing the negative impact of the memory and creating a more positive version, more aligned with your goals and desires. The beauty of reviewing lies in its ability to heal. It not only helps modify past experiences but also acts as a powerful tool for changing the course of the future. When you review an event, you're not only changing your perception of that moment, but also paving the way for similar events in the future to unfold differently. Your future is shaped by how you review the past, as your mind begins to understand that what you desire has already been accomplished. But the most interesting thing is that review doesn't have to be a daily, time-consuming practice. You can apply this technique in minutes, simply by mentally revisiting the day's events and rewriting them to align with the reality you want to create. Each review, however small, has the power to transform your daily experience, removing emotional blocks and creating new possibilities. Neville Goddard believed that by applying review, you not only heal emotional wounds but also open doors to new paths. Each event reviewed with the intention of being better helps create a more positive and prosperous reality. This is especially helpful when you face challenges and difficulties. By reviewing and changing the narrative of past events, you not only alter your emotional perception but also build a new timeline for what's to come. Therefore, review is an incredibly powerful tool that you can start using right now. When used consistently, it can transform how you view your past and future, helping you create a reality more aligned with your deepest desires. The true magic of this technique lies in the mind's power to rewrite your destiny, giving you absolute control over your journey. equals 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 the transformative power of Neville Goddard's techniques. And so we reach the end of our journey through Neville Goddard's 5 powerful techniques. But before we conclude, I'd like to leave you with a thought. What's stopping you from applying these techniques right now? The truth is that, often, the key to transforming our reality is within our reach, but it depends on our willingness to change our perception and embrace the laws of the universe with courage and confidence. Each of the techniques we explored, from creative visualization, to the law of succession, the feeling of reality, to the revision, has the potential to create profound transformation in your life. They are not just manifestation strategies, but ways to take control of our destiny. The power to transform your present and future lies within you, and Neville Goddard was one of the greatest masters in teaching us how to access this power. Creative visualization, for example, is more than a simple exercise of imagination. It's an invitation to live as if we already have what we desire, allowing our subconscious mind to accept as reality everything we wish to achieve. When we apply this consistently and with intention, we begin to see changes in our lives in an almost magical way. The law of succession, in turn, teaches us the importance of patience. Manifestation doesn't happen overnight, but rather through a series of aligned events that, together, result in the fulfillment of our desires. Persistence and trust in the process are the keys to manifesting our goals in a concrete and lasting way. The feeling of reality teaches us that, without the emotion of having already achieved what we desire, the manifestation process will never be fully effective. It is this feeling that ignites the flame of transformation, making the desire real to our mind and, consequently, to our external reality. When we can feel clearly and intensely that we already deserve what we desire, the universe begins to respond to this new vibration. And finally, the revision technique gives us the power to rewrite our history, healing past mistakes and preparing our future for new opportunities. By mentally reviewing and altering negative experiences, we can shift our perception and open doors to a more prosperous reality aligned with our goals. Revision is the ultimate tool for erasing negative memories and replacing them with experiences that serve our well-being and growth. Now, I invite you to reflect. Which of these techniques will you apply starting today? What's stopping you from taking control of your own reality? Neville Goddard's techniques aren't just for study, they're for action. When we begin to consistently apply these principles, our lives begin to align with our deepest desires. Leave in the comments which technique resonated most with you. Share your experience and what you hope to manifest in your life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for more videos on how to transform your reality, and watch the next recommended video that will help you further deepen your understanding of universal laws. Your journey to transformation starts now.